Libby, and I'm going to be looking at plant tissues. Plants have similar levels of biological organisation to animals. Tissues are groups of similar cells that act together to perform a similar function. Different types of tissues make up the major plant organs. Roots are examples of plant organs. Meristem tissue is found at the growing tips of shoots and roots. The undifferentiated cells of meristem tissue repeatedly divide and grow. Leaves are another example of plant organs. The reproductive structures are examples of plant organs, and stems are also examples of plant organs. So different types of tissues make up the major plant organs, as I just mentioned. So let's just recap on what these are, which we just discussed. We had roots, reproductive structures, leaves, and stems. So leaves are examples of plant organs, which are made up of different types of tissues. The spongy mesophyll contains many air spaces, which help with gas exchange throughout the leaf. Palisade mesophyll is a row of cells located below the upper epidermis. The cells are exposed to a lot of sunlight. The cells have lots of chloroplasts, which is where photosynthesis takes place, to maximize the energy transfer in photosynthesis. Stomata are found in the lower epidermis, and these gaps facilitate or make easier the diffusion of gases in and out of the leaf if they are open. When necessary, specialized, which means they perform a specific function, guard cells, are capable of closing these gaps. For example, in hot weather to reduce water loss. And finally, epidermal tissue, which covers the outer surface of the leaves, as well as the rest of the plant. So let's just recap on all these structures of leaves and the different tissues. So we've got the stomata, the gaps that facilitate the diffusion of gases in and out of the leaf if they are open. We've got the palisade mesophyll, which are rows of cells located below the upper epidermis, and they're exposed to a lot of sunlight and so have lots of chloroplasts. We've got the spongy mesophyll, which contain many air spaces and help the gas exchange throughout the leaf. And then finally, we've got the epidermis, which is the tissue that covers the outer surface of the leaves as well as the rest of the plant. So remember that the mesophyll tissue can be broken down into the palisade mesophyll and the spongy mesophyll. So plants have similar levels of biological organisation to animals. Different types of tissues make up the major plant organs. So these include the reproductive structures, such as the pollen, the roots, the stems, and the leaves. So let's just quickly recap again on those main components of the plant leaf. We've got the epidermal tissue, which covers the outer surface. We've got the palisade mesophyll, which are the rows of cells under the upper epidermis. The stomata, which allow the diffusion of gases in and out. And the spongy mesophyll with many air spaces. And then just finally again to recap on those major plant organs, we've got the roots, the reproductive structures, the stem, and the leaves. For the palisade mesophyll, which are the row of cells located below the upper epidermis, and the cells are exposed to a lot of sunlight because they are near the top of the leaf. Because of this, they have lots of chlorophyll to maximize the energy absorbed for photosynthesis, or lots of chloroplasts, which contain chlorophyll. So that brings plant tissues to an end. Thank you very much for listening.